everyone. Hello. Hello, everyone. It's Anique Radiant Heart here. And here I am in my office. Behind me, you can see all my craft things. Beside me over here is my work. And this is where I sit every day, creating whatever the goddess wishes me to create, or simply watching you on Facebook unfold your lives. And I find that each day I find more and more of you are turning to Goddess. And that is such a wonderful thing. But I wanted to talk with you today about the Priestess of the Global Goddess 3-year training program that I devised all those years ago. You know, I took 3 years sabbatical to create this training because I personally enjoyed a 13-year training process before I called myself priestess and before I began teaching other women to be priestesses. And I had 3 years of glorious work, fun, and enjoyment, crafting all of that work into a 3-year program for women to find and reclaim their priestess selves. The training is quite unique in that I have created a wheel which is completely different to any other priestess training wheel. This wheel is designed on the stages of the soul's evolution, and also it has a basis in our stages of our lives as women. At different times in our lives, different portals open up to us to give us an opportunity to experience ways of being. And these portals are linked in to our soul's evolution. And so working with our own physical evolution as well as our soul's evolution is a very powerful way to work with goddess energies. The basis also of this training is feminist. It is a very deeply feminist approach with an intention to overturn the conditioning of patriarchy within us. All of us as women have been imprinted by the patriarchy. There is no way of getting away from it, even though we may be brought up in a luscious environment with mothers who are on the path of goddess. And so they teach us about that. But at the same time, the patriarchy has its impact on us, whether we go to school or not, whether we go to a particular kind of training or not, whether we go to a Steiner school and so on. That's what I'm talking about. Wherever we are trained, even at home, the patriarchy will invade in one form or another. And so the training is based upon feminist values and feminist principles and designed to encourage us to look at that conditioning and to see what we can let go of, what does not serve us. So for the first year of the training, we look primarily at the ancient history of the goddess. We learn all about her ways, her days, all about the different practices in many, many different traditions. There is a misconception that the goddess cannot be found in other traditions, but she is there if we look for her. In Buddhism, she's very present. We have Kuan Yin, we have Tara. In Hindu religion, she's very present. We have Kali Ma, we have Saraswati, we have so many. The goddess is always there, and it's good for us to find her. Even more importantly, it is good to find her in the pre-patriarchal religions that existed primarily in the Neolithic. And in our work, we look very closely at ancient Crete, ancient Egypt, many of the other ancient European, what was called Old Europe. The work of Maria Gimbutas underpins this training, as does the work of Monica Shu. It is a rich and full journey in the first year. And as we walk with 2 different goddesses at each turn of the wheel, and there are 8 turns of the wheel, we work with 16 magnificent goddesses and do many, many different processes and have many, many experiences as they walk with us. In the second year, we begin to work with energy. We actually begin to learn how to craft engaging ceremonies and rituals. I don't know about you, but I have been to ceremonies and rituals led by women who have done a 3-month training, some even a weekend training. And I can tell you, my sisters, I'm certainly not trained. I'm sure you've had the same experience as I have had. It takes a long time. It takes 3 years to clear our vessel so that we can be a clear channel and allow the goddess to guide us and lead us when we do our work It takes that long, 3 years at least, to learn how to push aside our egos so that what does come through us is not tainted by our own personal experiences, some of which go very, very deep and can pop up sometimes when we least expect them. And so in the second year, we begin to work with that energy of transformation and magic. Also in the second year, we introduce crafting, working with our hands, bringing through creation, through our bodies and through our hands, to ground the learnings into our body. It's not enough to just be in our minds. We have to also ground what we experience and learn into our bodies, into our energetic bodies too, our chakra system. So it's important to learn processes that then you can teach others to do this very, very important work. Many other things too, of course. I'm only touching on certain points. And then in the third year, we are fully dedicated to learning how to embody her powerfully so that we can be a channel for her messages to the world. Now, that is just really, really just touching the very, very, very top of the iceberg. There's much more that lays below. So the way that the training is structured is that we gather once a month for 9 months, beginning in November. You will come to the temple here, and you've seen little snippets of the temple when I go live on Fridays. You will come to the temple here and enjoy a weekend of deep immersion in Goddess and the training. I provide a hot lunch for you each day, and we have morning and afternoon teas, and everything that you need will be provided for you. I give you very detailed and beautiful notes each month, but these are for your use at home, for your study. The teachings that happen in the temple are fully channeled. I touch on everything that you're supposed to learn in that month and add to it whatever the goddess wishes to tell you on those particular weekends, because what comes through me is perfectly tailored for whatever you might need in this learning process. What comes through me is guided by Goddess and is to embrace the whole group and also individual women. We do a lot of going around the circle and sharings, and as you share, I comment, and sometimes as you share, I don't comment. But what does happen is that with each sharing, the trust grows deeper in the circle. And the circle of sisterhood that we build as a result of this training is truly beautiful, magic, and transformational. So I hope that you will contact me and ask me for more information about this training. And I'll be coming back here again soon to share with you again. Many, many blessings. Blessed be. See you soon.